right, now say hi. Hi, Joe. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Meta. Hi, Vera. Hi, Nikki. Hey, John. Hi, Michelle. Nala, where did you go? La, 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 la. What are you doing there? Hi, Ani. Nala, where are you? Come here. There you are. Hello. Hello. Hi, Donna. Doesn't everybody have snot on their walls? Oh, Ani, I know how hard that is. That's why you have to get new fosters immediately. Nala. What are you doing, Coral? Nala. Come here. Come here, Nala. What are you doing? You made it through the recording. You forgot to wipe the snot off the walls. Oh, good. You got a new kitten, Ani. Yeah, I can't even tell you, because when I had Gia, she used to blow snot on everything. So even, I can't even tell you how many times I've like gone to take a picture in the bedroom and found a spot of snot on the wall from Gia that I missed. She got around. Hi, Capcom. Yeah, I used to get sneezed on right in my face by Gia on a regular basis. La, 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 la. Come here. What are you doing, princess? What are you doing? It has been a long couple of days. Coral. I doubt that they ignored you, Arya. They're probably very limited in their time and they're probably overwhelmed and they just can't get back to everybody as quickly. Unfortunately for rescues, it's not as simple as saying, yeah, we need help, come on by, because there's always training that has to happen. I don't know if they have a website or not, but sometimes it's better to go on their website and get a number and call. You have to remember that usually it's volunteers who are working to try to find more volunteers for the rescues. It's not usually, these aren't paid people. And even if they are paid, they're usually doing the job of 10 people. So it's not anything personal if they don't get back right away. It's not that they don't need the help, it's that they don't have enough help to do 1,000 things. I'm feeling a little bit better. Feeling better than I was yesterday. Sorry, I'm picking at something on my leg. I don't know what it is. A scab on my leg. Hi, ghosties. Yeah, I know with Kitten Rescue, we have some of the best people working. Like our foster coordinator, Cynthia, is amazing, but she is constantly doing 1,000 different things. She's in contact with the city shelters, trying to arrange to pull cats from them, and then trying to find foster homes for them, and then trying to figure out the transportation and the space and the timing, and then trying to find new fosters, and the list goes on and on. And as somebody who does like the nursery orientations, I can tell you that it is really hard to find volunteers, but it is also really hard to find the time to train the volunteers that we do get. And then what's even sadder is when you train somebody and then they just disappear. We've had that happen a bunch. They just disappear, and you spent like all these hours training them and then they're gone. So it's volunteering and working for rescue is never an easy job, and they get paid nothing. They do it for the love of the kitties. Hi Podcat, hi Jupiter. Aw, that's cute, Joe. Yeah, like literally every time I do an orientation, there's at least like 5 to 7 people, and we're lucky if one of them signs up. And I get notifications of when volunteers sign up for time slots, And I'm lucky to see one of the names pop up from the orientations, and then they just disappear. It's really disheartening sometimes, but we just keep trying. Where are you guys going? Don't you know I need more love? They're like, we'll love you in the bedroom. Hi, Brandy. Thank you. You know, it's just, I feel it's just, I know that all of us Kitten Cam fosters have lost kitties. And I think for me, with Elf, it's been weird because he wasn't my foster. But I had him for 10 days, and it was 10 days of nonstop thinking about him because I was trying to save him. And I know I don't have magic powers, that there are some things you just can't cure. And we're pretty sure that it was FIP, and you can't cure FIP. But I had hopeful moments that, you know, he was getting better. And I kept hoping that it wasn't FIP, and they found this mass on his kidney. And I was hoping that maybe it was just that mass on his kidney, but we're pretty convinced that the FIP went to his brain. So it's weird because I feel so bad for his foster mom, because she had him for so long, and that she didn't get to go through the sickness with him. I know that may sound strange, but you know, for those of you who've loved anything, you know, when you, especially with your foster kittens, you want to do everything you can for them. Trying not to talk too fast because I know that there's CCing going on. My goal through the whole thing, I knew that Evelyn, if she could have left and come home, she would have. She was away out of town for work, and she couldn't leave. So my goal was to update her every day and do everything that I could think of and anything that she could think of, so that she knew that even if she couldn't be here, that I would be doing everything that she would be doing. Because I didn't want her to come back if he didn't make it and have that horrible feeling of what if. Like, what, I should have gone back home, I could have done something or whatever. I wanted her to know that I did everything I could that she would have done. And I believe that I did, and I know that she believes that I did, and that, you know, Ben was amazing. He was, every day we were texting, and he came over, and, you know, the three of us, who we consider to be rather intelligent, experienced people with cats, couldn't figure out what the heck was happening, and the vets weren't helpful. And in Ben's experience with FIP, because he's had a lot more of it than I have, he was pretty convinced that it was FIP. But then weird stuff would happen and he thought, well, maybe he was wrong. So we kept kind of like getting bursts of hope. And the bottom line is that at the very least, I just wanted to make sure that he was still alive when Evelyn got here. And I knew that he was near the end, and that's why I turned off the cam. And she got here at about 3 o'clock on Saturday, and she ran up the stairs, and I ran her in here, and she picked him up and was holding him, and he was slightly out of it because I had to give him pain medicine earlier in the morning. He kept flipping over, and he kept trying to get to the wood floor, and he kept banging his head into the wood floor, and I was like, okay, I can't stay, I don't want him to be uncomfortable, and I was prepared to take him to be euthanized if necessary. If I felt that it was cruel, I was going to do that. My hope was that he would be able to last for her, and I gave him pain medication and some prednisone, and he was able to settle down. So when she got here, she picked him up, and we just cried together, and then he bit her hand. I felt, you know, it was a moment that he still was feisty, but you know, I think he was trying to let us know that he wanted to be done, and so she just rushed him home, and she was able to get some food in him, she was able to give him sub-Q fluids, and she said that she just held him and she sang to him. And I was actually texting with her when he had a seizure and he died. And we were talking about, she got an appointment on Monday for a kidney specialist, and we were just hoping maybe he'd be able to make it till Monday. And then he literally, like 5 minutes later, had a seizure and passed away very quickly. And honestly, I'm just grateful because I've experienced, when I was younger, I had a little boy cat that I loved, and he died at home with me, and after he had a seizure, he didn't die right away, and that was horrifying, and it was like 3 in the morning when it happened, and I didn't want her to have to experience that. So at the very least, he got to pass on in his mom's arms, and quickly. And I know that she's devastated. But this is part of rescue, you know, and it doesn't mean that, I know that because this is part of rescue, there's a certain kind of, when I was younger, if I had experienced this, I would have been horribly depressed for weeks. But after fostering for 5 years, I gave myself this weekend to be sad, and then that's it. I need to take that pain and turn it into action and focus it on, you know, getting Nala in for her checkup and going over to the nursery and trying to be of service there and focusing on saving more cats and kittens. And Evelyn is in the same place. You know, she is incredibly sad, but she immediately decided that she needed to start a special fund in honor of Elf, and that her cousin drew this beautiful portrait of Elf, and they're gonna auction it off at the fur ball, and they're gonna put that money, they're gonna use that money to start the fund that serves special need kitties. So I think both of us are just trying to find positive ways of healing. It's just not easy. I want to be superhuman. You know, I want to be that person who can who can save the life of a kitten that's unsavable. And I can't, but what I did get to do was I got to do for her what nobody else was in a situation, anybody else was capable of doing for her. And that was taking care of her baby the way that she would take care of him, and to do everything in my power so that we know that we did everything. And even today, we were texting and I said, you know, I'm still, even though I know I did everything I could, I'm still going through everything in my head about what I could have done differently, if there was anything I could have done differently. And she texted to me at the exact same time, the exact same thought was, you know, if only we had gotten him his kidney x-rayed sooner, maybe. And she said that she had had the same thought, and that Ben had said to her it wouldn't have made a difference. That the FIP was affecting his brain, and that there was no medicine that would have cured that. So at least I think we both have faith that we did everything we absolutely could for him, and that it was just his time, and that we know it feels unfair for a Pan-Luke surviving kitty to then go by FIP, but at least he went completely loved and safe, and you know, we did everything we could. I really hoped it would be different. Oh, I'm sorry, Kathy. I'm rambling. So what I told her that I wanted to do when the fur ball is happening, when the auctions are up, is that I'm hoping that we can all pool our funds and bid on Elf's portrait and win it, so that I can put it up in here. Sorry guys, I hate getting this emotional about this stuff. I think part of it is that I was in save the kitty mode for 10 days. And in order to do that, I kind of shut down a little bit, because the fear starts you can't be scared. So I had to shut down the fear. And now that he's gone, it's kind of hitting me. Whew. Sorry. snottiness in front of people all over the world. So that's what I told her I want to do, is I want to try to get everybody to, because if we individually do it, we may not be able to, you know, I mean, I don't know if anybody will outbid us, but I'd like to come up, like PayPal a pool of money and then put it up here so that she always knows that it's here. I was gonna try to, they're doing a VIP thing this year with Kitten Lady, a meet and greet before the fur ball or whatever, and I was gonna try to do fundraising for that, but the truth is I'd much rather fundraise to get the money together to buy Elf's portrait, so we can add him to the wall with my pictures of Gia and Johnny. I know I've been really lucky that I haven't had to suffer a lot of losses of the fosters. Lily was really the only one, and that was pretty gnarly because of the whole situation. But I'm so grateful. I know that all of the fosters have gone through such horrendous losses. So I don't want, you know, it's not about feeling sorry for myself. I just think that it's a, you know, Elf deserved a day or two of mourning. And it's just kind of, it's always a little traumatic watching a cat die. Hear that, Nala? You can't ever die. Who have I missed? I know I've missed everybody. Hey, Darm. Hi, Zoe. Kirby. Hi, Evergreen. Hi, Mary Jane. Hi, Anne. Hi, Julie. Hi, Saphira. It would have been much worse if Evelyn hadn't have been able to say goodbye. So I really am grateful that Saturday was rough. It was rough being with him that morning, but it was all worth it if it meant that she got to see him and that he got to pass away in his own home. Boy, I thought I was just gonna be babysitting a cat with a urinary infection. The best laid plans, you know? Why are my foster cats ignoring me? Oh, they're sitting in the window. So I appreciate everybody's support and comments, and I'm so grateful to John and Shelley for their keeping me sane and helping me make some decisions. I didn't even think, like, I was so worried about him Saturday morning, and I could tell he was starting to get really uncomfortable, and Shelly asked me if I had pain medicine, and thankfully I did. I have pain medicine here from Nala's last surgery, and I think that helped calm him down a great deal. And, you know, Denise texted and checked on me, and God, there's a lot of fur on this. I just washed it. Nala, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Is that a kitty paw? What are you doing? What are you doing? Hi. Well, I just know that the nursery and the sanctuary over at Kin Rescue are overflowing, and that, you know, feeling sorry for myself isn't going to help anybody. So the best thing I can do, and I always, even when my own kitties have passed away, you know, it's always been, you know, about taking positive action. And I know that my cats would want me to continue rescuing and trying to help save more kitties. And I'm sure that's what Elf would want too. That's the best way to honor them. Hi, Penny. Hi, kitty. Why are you on top of the door? Be careful. Please, no accidents. So yesterday I took a long nap, and because I hadn't slept at all Friday night, I was up every like hour to check on him. And so Coral and Nala have been very sweet, and then my kitties have been very sweet, and I just cleaned out the room and tried to disinfect everything. I don't think he didn't have anything that was infectious. But, you know, it was something productive I could do without leaving the house. Nala seems to be doing really well. She's only like coughed once in the last like 4 days, but I need to take her back in for a recheck on her lungs, and then we're going to start her on asthma inhalers, but they want to look at her lungs first. So I'm just hoping that her lungs look clear completely, and I'll talk to them about the inhalers. And then it's just kind of a wait and see game with her. I don't know what set off her last bout, you know? But I'm sure grateful that she didn't like start up with anything while this was all going on with Elf. Is that the kitty that had asthma? Well, and that's what I'm thinking might have set off Nala's last bout was the heat wave and not having power. And I think it just got super hot. And maybe that caused her breathing to be stressed and her lungs reacted. I don't know. But I sure hope it's just something as simple as asthma. Yeah, I think you sent that to me and I checked out his site. I'll look again. I mean, for God's sakes, that heat wave almost killed me, so we'll see. Poor little Nala and her lungs. What are you doing, Nala? At least Nala's used to getting an inhaler, so that's good. So anyway, that's that. What are you guys doing? Oh, Nala's like on the floor there. So I'm going to be calling the vet tomorrow and making an appointment for Nala and trying to get to the root of her issue. Because I need to know what I'm dealing with. I want to foster their kitties. Oh. Well, now, unfortunately, Nala and Coral have gotten used to sleeping with me at night because Elf was in here. And my cats really want to come sleep with me. So I'm going to try to put them back in here in the bathroom, but I have a feeling that Coral's going to cry. I wish my cats weren't all such jerks to other cats. Why did I have to foster fail all the jerks? Hannah. What are you doing? Look at that butt. You're so cute. Look at that cute little butt. Elf was just, it's so freaking gnarly. I mean, he was 9 months old. He survived so much. And then just boom, out of nowhere, FIP. Just sometimes Mother Nature can be cruel. For sure. Thanks, Jen. Thanks, my Cassie. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the pound loop can do. I don't think it made his immune system weaker necessarily. I think his body just was damaged. But getting a mass on his kidney, and it's just all so weird. None of it made sense, and it's still kind of baffling. And that's the thing with FIP, is it's so baffling. His blood work, even the blood work that we just gotten, like nothing about it seemed horrible, except like his potassium was low. So on Saturday morning, I ran out and went to a vet and got a potassium supplement to give him, thinking that maybe his discomfort was caused by like cramping or whatever. It just, nothing about him made sense. And that's not easy for any of us to accept, you know? Hi, Claire. I did. I got to take a nap yesterday, and when I woke up, that's when Evelyn was texting me that she'd gotten food into him and some sub-Q fluids, and that she had made the specialist appointment. And I actually got really kind of hopeful for a second. And then he had a seizure and died not too long after that. So today I ran some errands, and I just tried to keep it kind of simple today. Yeah, FIP is always fatal. Sometimes there can be a misdiagnosis, but it's, yeah. Yeah, at one point on Saturday, I thought I was going to have to take him to be euthanized. And she managed to get here sooner than we thought she would be able to. I'm really lucky I had pain medication here. Yeah, I'm really grateful that he was with her and that she got time alone with him before and after, and that, you know, he got to be in her arms and she got to sing to him and make him calm and know he was safe and loved and home. Yeah, it can be annihilating for sure. I mean, I'm grateful that I have the ability to do this. I never thought I would be this person. Never thought that I could handle this stuff. I've always been so sensitive and felt this stuff so deeply that I really just thought it would kill me if I got into rescue. And this is heartbreaking and it's exhausting and devastating, but I know I'm going to be okay. And I know I'm going to keep rescuing and fostering, and I know that it's worth it. All of these kitties are worth it. You know, when Lily was here with me, the time that I got with her was worth it. And the fact that I'm the one that had to make the decision for her to not be, you know, that we had to terminate her pregnancy and that she got a chance to live. She got to live a happy life for over a year. It's worth it. And I look at, you know, like Harlequin and her kittens. This loss, this kind of loss is always devastating. But the wins, like Harlequin and her kittens, like saving Nala and, you know, Coral and her brothers, all the kitties that have been through here, it's worth it. And I know that not everybody can handle doing it, and that's okay. You know, those who can handle it, the others can send money, they can go do lots of other things to help the rescues, and the way you guys all help me, you know, is invaluable. But I know that because I can do this, I have to do this. I have to. And that's one of the things that I take from this experience with Elf, is that every time I have to go through something like that, I learn more about myself. I learn more about how to care for a sick animal. You know, it had been a while since I had to do sub-Q fluids and syringe feed and do all of that stuff. And I think that, you know, it's like it prepares me for the next kitty that needs me. So there's a reason why I had to go through this with Elf. Somewhere down the line, I'm going to need what I learned from him, and I'm going to need to apply it to another kitty, and I will. And I'm grateful for that. I know that, I think it was October who had said that she didn't know about CH kitties. And I think, you know, even if one person learned about cerebellar hypoplasia, I think that's how you say it, from Elf being here, then that's important. And one of the main reasons I do this is to help educate and to find adopters. That would be nice too, but the educating part is really important, and I think Elf did that. I know that I want to learn how to tube feed. I've seen Shelly do it, and John has done it, I think, for one of his kittens. There's skills like that that I want to learn. Unfortunately, you don't always have the opportunity to learn that stuff until you have a sick kitty and you have to learn how to do it. But that's the kind of thing, you know, every time I experience a sick kitty, I get to pick up some of these skills, and you know, I'm grateful that I already had the sub-Q fluids, and I knew what to order and what to do for Elf, and not all foster parents have all that. So with the pain through the years has come an education that's invaluable. That's right, Joe. Never give up, never surrender. We keep fighting because there's other kitties just like him that need us to help. They just have decided that my bedroom is their room, and that you don't need to spend much time in here anymore. Which is kind of sad because the cam's in here. So that's it. I just wanted to thank you guys for your support again, and I'll let you know when the auction items start going up. Either I or will designate somebody who will collect money from anybody who wants to help bid on Elf's portrait, and we'll try to win that in the auction and raise some money in honor of Elf. And you just noticed the pink chair? The pink chair has been back here forever, John. In fact, it's been here long enough for Coral to start tearing a chunk out of it. Alright guys, so I'll leave the cam on. But I just have a feeling they're not going to be in here much. We'll see.